Hello again from my front porch. Now you see that odd shadowing here. It's because the sun is keep peeking through the windows there. But I tell you, I'm so glad that the sun is peeking through the windows because it's again nice and toasty here on the front porch with the sun coming in those south windows. And it's a good thing because the actual temperature outside is only 34 degrees. I would definitely not want to be just sitting around outside. And I wouldn't be out here on the front porch if it was 34 degrees. So sitting here in the sun, it feels much warmer. I feel kind of like, I understand, how a cat feels when they just lay in the sun. It's like, oh yeah, look, ooh. So I'm feeling pretty good today. Now it's not just the sun that's making me feel pretty good today, but I also I feel like I've accomplished some things that I just wanted to take a moment and share about because I believe that I asked you all to be part of my accountability structure, and that means I need to be accountable to reporting back to you on the status of things. So on the matters of my blood sugar and my weight and the morning exercise routine that I had dropped off on, I wanted to report out. Morning exercise routine, all except for one day since I decided to start relaunching doing this. I've been doing those consistently. And I will say that the first few days were tough because especially the push-ups. The push-ups, oh man, that hurt. You can tell how out of shape you are when you first start trying to do something like that after a long hiatus. And so, that was painful, but I've stuck with it. The only reason that I didn't do them the one day is because because of work-related reasons, I got sucked into doing some work tasks like right away. I mean, literally jumped out of bed and had to go send some emails and some stuff that were coming up. And honestly, I never even cleaned up that day. I never even shaved or showered or nothing. There was just so much to do. I just stayed at it. And by the time I got, past that point, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna, today's a day off. So that's what I did. But I've been doing that, and now the exercises are not anywhere near as painful, but they're still necessary, and they're still doing their job. Now, regarding the blood sugar, that as you will recall, I said was 180 something. I remember 184. I think maybe is where it started. Here recently when I checked it, and it's supposed to be 120 or less. So in that time since, I've done a good job of bringing it down, although there have been a couple of days where when I checked it in the morning, it had spiked up. Not all that way back up to the 180 number, but like 140, 145, something in that vicinity, which is still higher than I wanted it to be. And so then I would think about, well, what did I do? What did I eat? What did I consume? And I began to piece together some things. Plus, I remembered the thing that my doctor had told me way back early on when I was first diagnosed, that overnight your body produces sugar. Your body self-evaluates what is the sugar level in the body, and does it feel like it needs more sugar? And if it feels like it needs more sugar, then it will produce sugar. In fact, it will oftentimes overcompensate that sugar. And so actually, if you go to bed with a low blood sugar amount, then during the night, you're liable to produce a lot of blood sugar. And when you get up in the morning and check it, it's going to seem high because your body has done that to yourself. Now, I don't know if that is, I don't know that I can necessarily use that as an across-the-board explanation. But what it has told me is to be more mindful. Because, like, for example, I have these metformin pills I'm supposed to take. I take 4 of them a day, 2 twice a day, preferably after each meal. And there were some days that I would forget to take them. I'd forget to have them with me. And so my response was, I forgot to take those pills. And so, even one day as part of my going to bed routine, I grabbed the 4 pills and I just took them. because, well, that'll help. No, it probably did not help. What it probably did was drive my blood sugar level down, which then triggered my body to overproduce, and so it was counterproductive. I might have actually been better off at that point not even taking the pills when I was going to bed. So I'm relearning, or I'm becoming reaware of some of these things that I had stopped paying so much attention to. That's shame on me for doing that. But even though there had been a little where it has gone down to about 124 or something, and then it's gone back up to 140, and it's kind of seesawed a bit, I can tell you that today, when I took my blood sugar, it was 112. That's right, 112. We are less than 2 weeks from where I started this journey, where it was 180 something. And because of those efforts and trying to stay more diligent and trying to be more mindful of what I consume and don't consume, that I now have seen the benefit of that, the result, the positive result. It doesn't mean that, hey, great, now it's I can do it. No. It means now that I've got it in that neighborhood, I need to continue to take steps to keep it in that neighborhood. Every once in a while, you can splurge and you can do something, but those need to become then the exceptions. That the rule is that it stays where it's today, and so that's more the goal now for me to try to do that. Now, as far as the weight goes, the highest point that I had reached in my weight way back 2-3 years ago was about 230 pounds, and I looked every bloated bit of that. And it wasn't the diabetes that caused me to want to lose weight. I actually had started some of that process just on my own by not drinking so much soda, by watching what I ate. I still was eating crap, but I wasn't eating as much. I wasn't. I used to literally. I swear to God, I used to have cabinets with all kinds of little Debbie cakes in it, and all a drawer with different types of candy in it, and and I was always constantly munching on that kind of stuff. And if I went to go get a little Debbie snack, of course, most of those have 2 cakes in a package, and so I'd grab 2 packages. So it's no wonder that I was having the weight gain that I had seen. And so then when I stopped doing that, again, it's no wonder that I started to lose weight as well. And so I'd proven that I could do it. Now, I haven't reverted all that way back to doing that kind of stuff again. In fact, I've discovered now still, if I eat something that is really sugary, I can taste all that sugar, and it like coats inside my mouth, and I just want to get rid of that taste out of my mouth. And so that's a good thing. My body has adapted to not being so comfortable bathing in sugar like that. But my weight at this point hadn't gotten up that high. But we were moving in the wrong direction, because my scale was saying that I was at about 110, 112, somewhere in that category, and this was not acceptable. In fact, originally, when I was losing weight, I remember declaring that once I dropped below 200 pounds, this felt so good, and I was never going to let myself cross that threshold again. I was never going to be over 200 pounds again. Yet here I was. That's exactly where I was at, and so I didn't want that to stay. That, in fact, it's not. It's not even an option. That's not where I want to be anymore. And so, also as part of this, of watching what I'm eating and being more mindful to cut out the carbs, to ramp up the protein, to be just more mindful about those kind of things. Drinking a lot more water than I was doing. All that kind of stuff. That's helped not only bring the blood sugar level down to 112 as of today, but as of today, well, actually as of the last couple of days, it's where I'm at currently, but as of today, my scale says I am at 200 pounds. So that means that also within this frame of time, I've lost approximately 10 pounds. And so I'm obviously very happy about that as well. I'm not done. There's still in my book, there's still another 15 to 20 pounds for me to go, because my ideal weight before, it still would be, is more in that 180 range, 180, 185, somewhere in there. So there's still work to do, and so I'm going to keep at it. But today I can celebrate that after not quite 2 weeks, but approximately 2 weeks of really being diligent about what I'm doing, I've been able to see these results. I'm also celebrating today because a really big thing I accomplished last night, and that was the final elements of putting away all my Christmas decorations. Finally tore the tree apart and everything, and got it all boxed back up. It'll be a while before I can put it back in the storage building out back, because my patio is all covered in snow, and I don't really feel like shoveling off the patio just to haul boxes out to the shed. They can wait. But it feels good to have that stuff out. Now, I still haven't put all of my stuff back in place that was in the living room before Christmas, and right now my living room, it looks a little sad. It looks a little empty, because it's like there was this big 7.5 foot Christmas tree all decorated there, and then there was all the other stuff sitting around, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's gone, and there's just nothing there. It definitely looks different. But finally got it done, and so speaking of getting things done, I have to go now and get on a web meeting with my team as we're evaluating and reworking some of our curriculum stuff, and so got to get that done too. Always something going on, always something exciting, yeah. But again, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling accomplished. I'm feeling successful at what needed to be done, what was in place to be done, and so yeah. I just had to share that with you, my front porch friends. So with that, I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.